A big hello and a warm welcome to all of you amazing and beautiful people out there to my channel, the Twinflame Union. In this channeling session, the Divine Masculine has a very loving message for the Divine Feminine, his Divine Feminine. And since we all have the same core feelings, and I'm sure many will resonate. And in this channeling, there's one more thing that I've been asked to channel. For all those DFs who are not feeling easy and they are going through some uneasiness, discomfort, they're looking for validation from the Divine Masculine, or they're getting into fights on and off too much, and there is a certain, even if there is a reunion that has happened, or they felt that, finally the union happened and now they're back with me, but still there is some uneasiness. That's because the Divine Feminines, they get excited very soon and they have so much inner work to do, but they don't focus on the inner work. Rather, they keep focusing on the Divine Masculine. So what happens is that whatever they had done, all the inner work they had done on their own, that uplifted their energy. So it's all about raising your frequency, raising your vibes to a higher frequency so that the DM can reconnect with them. So they raise the frequency, then the DM connects, and then it immediately gets dropped again. So in that situation, the Divine Masculine Collective has actually sent out this really beautiful message so that the Divine Feminines can continue to focus on what they are here to do, on their purpose on planet Earth. First thing he says is that I am really attracted by you. You are the one who makes me crazy, and I sort of get shivers down my spine when you just, touch with me and you play with me when you're goofy. So some of you might think that why is it that the Divine Masculine only likes me when I'm goofy, when I'm fun, when I'm happy? Why can't he like or love the sides of me which are dark and where I'm angry, and the days when I'm upset and I want to fight and I want to, go mad and this and that? Why can't he like that side of me? And the answer that is being given by the higher beings, the benevolent beings, and those energies who have already done this type of journey, they're saying that when the Divine Feminine gets angry, there has to be a reason for it. There has to be a cause behind it. She needs to put in her energy in the right place. Even the energy of anger. There's nothing wrong in being angry. But most of the Divine Feminines, they don't know why they're angry. They're angry, they're upset because they have so many wounds and they have so much trauma. They have so many abuses. But because time passes by and, it's like covering up again and again, they keep moving on. So those wounds, they are unhealed and they are unnursed and they're untended to. So what they do is that whenever Divine Masculine shows her some love, or whenever there is this talk of commitment or love, it's not that she does it knowingly, she does it unknowingly, subconsciously. It's because of the wounds, and it is because of the shadow self. Because the shadow self also tries to protect the Divine Masculines and the Divine Feminines, their shadow selves. In that process, they obviously, because it's a shadow self or the dark side does not know the right way to help the Divine Feminines feel better. So there are many reasons behind it, but what he is saying is that I just want to make you say that you accept me the way I am. Because for you, I feel fire when I see you, and I want to take you higher with me, higher and higher and higher with me. But he's feeling bad that she doesn't want to come up. She's still stuck in those pains, those ghosts of the past. So ghosts are not just people. Let me tell you this. When you go through the Kundalini rising phase, some people start seeing ghosts and they start seeing dead people also. It's basically symbolism, or they imagine, or they hallucinate, or they have something which is not an actual vision, which scares them, which makes them feel a lot of fear. They don't get shivers down the spine because they're happy or excited. They get those shivers down the spine because they're scared. So it's like almost like saying that because the divine feminine is not letting go of the ghost of the past, there is one specific ghost, an abuser, who is probably dead or alive, it doesn't even matter, but she keeps seeing him in different places, different people, different men. He keeps attacking her because the first person who attacked her was a very dark energy. It was a very scary, dark energy, very bad, very negative energy. And that negative energy saw her shine. I was going to say shine and then I mixed it with shaw. So saw her shine. And you know that the shine that the feminines have, it's very bright. Especially when they're children. And there are two types of people who can see the shine. One, who are connected to the dark side because they want the shine. And the other who are connected to the benevolent beings who are obviously, they will support the shine. They will love the shine. And you must see the movie The Shining. I mean the part 2, Dr. Sleep. There, this sort of dynamic is shown between the girl who's the main protagonist, who's a very powerful empath, a very gifted child. And she's literally taken care by Dr. Sleep. And he has also gifts because he was born the same way. As a child, he was born the same way, but there were very dark entities who tried to scare him, tried to steal his shine, take away his shine. But he didn't allow that because he also had a guide. So it's like you get guidance from your masters, then you give it to those children or give it to those adults who are healing in this journey. So what happens with the divine feminine is that she keeps getting lost. And the divine masculine is standing on the other end. He's standing like you have to cross the river. He's standing on the other end with the boat because it's not the only river you have to cross. You have to cross more rivers. So he wants to cross those rivers with you. So he's standing in waiting for you at the bank, but you are somehow not able to reach him. So he's saying that I want to take you higher and higher and higher and higher. And I will stick to my promise and I will wait for you here because you don't know it, you don't remember it in your 3D side, 3D self, but we had a pact, we had a deal that you will meet me on the other side, you will make it to the other side. So for a lot of divine feminines, it's very important that they make it to the other side because they will do a lot of work when they make it to the other side. And he is waiting with the boat on the other side. And he wants her to go higher and higher in higher dimensions, basically, is what he means. And then he says that, listen, you are the reason that I breathe. So it's almost like it's the higher version that is talking to the higher version of the divine feminines during the channeling sessions because a lot of people get drawn to the channeling sessions on their own. So you have to understand that with your eyes closed, you take soft, deep breaths. This is a message from the higher self to your higher self so that your higher self can talk to your 3D self. And he's saying that I will keep this weight, this path steady. I'm not gonna get away. I'm not gonna lose my balance. Because you are the reason why I'm here. You are the reason that I'm alive. And you are the reason that I reached till here. If you had not come to my life, if you had not shown me who you are, then I would not have had the courage to move ahead, to break all barriers. Now the same person who was teaching me to break all barriers, how can she be like this? How can she forget who she is? He says, you are my destiny, you are my life. And you are the reason that I believe in all the goodness on planet Earth. When you are my destiny, when I'm saying that to you, how can you believe in the illusions that you're seeing in front of you? Remember that planet Earth is full of illusions and you can change all of those illusions. The thing is that in the channeling sessions, I can give you the message, but it's only in therapy sessions that we can actually heal it and we can work it out. And all those people who have taken sessions from me, I have to say that I would be making some more changes in the way the therapies are happening, because I feel that some of the people are really taking my time for granted. I do like to give time to people, and I'm one of those therapists that I don't go by the watch all the time. But I also need to see the same passion and the same emotion in the people I'm coaching. You cannot be so weak all the time. You cannot be so, bogged down. You cannot get easily fizzled. You have to be unfazed by the illusions and delusions. And that's the reason why I'm going to be making changes in the way therapies are happening, because I see there is so much potential in the divine feminines, but something happens, one thing happens, and then they go like boom, down again. And you don't have to run away from your jobs or your work or your families. In fact, I've told people, when you're doing the move, you can move energetically away from everyone and everything. It's much important to move energetically than to move physically. What the divine masculines do is, the mistake they make is that they move physically. They will either move from one city to another just to stay away from the feminines. They will change another country, they will go another place, they will find another job, or they will find another person, or they will find something that they can hide into. And I'm talking about the 3D self. But the 3D self is getting these instructions from the higher self. This is how it works scientifically. On a soul level, this is how it works. They get the instruction and then they do the things. And then they wait. Then they patiently wait. After they realize that they also have wounds, they also have to heal. Some of the divine masculines are actually taking on your wounds as well, which you don't realize right now. So he says that you are the reason I breathe, you are the reason I'm existing, you are the reason I'm here. I took birth on planet Earth, you are the reason I still believe in love, in goodness, in oneness, in you and me. And there is nothing that can come between us. And even when I tell this to you that I don't love you, I don't want to be with you, I'm against you, I hate you, go away from me, you should not take it so seriously. This is the direct message that is coming. You should never take it seriously. You should just be like, okay, fine. I give him space. You walk away, you do your work, and I will see you on the other side. I know I will. He is showing that confidence in her. So nothing can come between us ever, ever. And I want you to know this. And you think that, and this is also about how he feels as a 3D self, because the more delay is done by the divine feminine, the more he has to bear, the more he has to suffer. So a lot of you think that, oh, I'm the one who suffered. No, both of you suffered. It's very wrong to point fingers. Both of you are suffering, and he is suffering without you too. So this message is basically to tell the divine feminines to get up and focus on healing the wounds, healing the traumas, and doing the inner work, finding their purpose, finding the reason why they're there on planet Earth, and not get bogged down by the illusions and not make them so big. Like the illusions have been made so big that the divine feminines are shivering in fear. And then I asked the universe that why is this happening again and again with the divine feminine? I mean, she's getting frustrated, she's getting angry, she's getting mad, and she's feeling so bad about this thing that he's having all the fun. It seems to her that he's having a good time. And some of you don't even know because you are in the final stages, so you don't know exactly what he's doing, where he's at. But in her heart, she has that very strong, intense emotion that he did wrong to me. And why did he do wrong to me? So what the universe said is that there are 3 things that all divine feminines are here to do. 3 very important things that they must do, and they stop doing that in the middle. They get very distracted very easily sometimes. And the universe is saying that there are 3 things that they all have to do. Number 1 is Reverence is coming as number one. Reverence, the word has been given to me. And I know it has a religious connotation, but they are saying that don't see it as a religious connotation or a religious word. It is very spiritual. So the divine feminine, first thing they need to increase is the level of reverence they have. It's the feeling of great respect you have for the source. And when you don't love source the way you should, then obviously you won't respect the source and you would not even have that type of faith, because faith comes from reverence. That faith that, yeah, everything will be fine, and even right now whatever is happening is fine. Instead of saying, why me? Why do you do this to me? You, God over there, with your evil plans, you are making me suffer. I am suffering so much. Look at me, I'm in pain, I'm crying. So this type of attitude, it doesn't work in spiritual ascension. Yes, it's good to cry. It's good to cry when you're in pain. But it's very wrong to keep blaming God and to keep blaming universe for your life the way it is. You have to understand that it's also a result of karma. You must have done something in your past lives, or it could be a part of the bigger plan, the bigger picture, that you have to go through these situations, you have to go through these problems to become a better person, to learn to become a person who lives in higher frequencies. But if you're going to keep complaining and crying and cribbing and getting angry with the universe, and also blaming God, like, you did this to me, you did this to me. A lot of people say, I've never done anything bad to anyone. I've never hurt a single soul. I don't remember hurting anyone in my entire life. And yet I'm going through this. What have I done wrong to people? Where did I go wrong? If you actually start looking into what wrong and what right you did, then there will be a long list of things that you could have also done wrong, because no one is perfect. But most importantly is, if you want to co-create anything, if you want to get anything, then the most important thing, or even if you want to make your life, your current life, a success, like you're here to do something, you're here to either volunteer or you're here to clear your karmic baggage, whatever you're here to do, you can only do it with happiness, with gratitude, and with a feeling that everything will be sorted. Eventually, there is a supreme being, there is a supreme power. That type of faith needs to be there. That even if right now it may look like a difficult situation, it may look like I'm in the dark night of the soul, but I know I will get over it and it will get fixed, because the poor divine masculine is waiting on the other side. Now, this does not mean that you again forget everything and start thinking about him. Because this is what a lot of divine feminines do. They do a lot of daydreaming and they keep thinking about him, and so they lose track of time and they're not in the present situation. So it's very important for you to actually technically practice this, that whenever you think about the divine masculine, you have to change it and you have to put it into something else, something you love, something you enjoy, something you do. And that's why I keep saying mission, purpose. What's the purpose? There's no purpose. If you're actually having no purpose, nothing to do, then you will sit and daydream about something that you don't have. And that energy, when it goes to the divine masculine, it pushes him away. That's why he keeps running. You have to bring in those masculine qualities, like you have to become independent. How guys are. Men are very independent. They play a lot of sports. They have many friends. They always go out. They always up for things. If you tell a divine masculine, or any man for that matter, that, hey, let's go and do this, they will be like, yeah, sure, man, let's do it. They don't even care about what they're wearing, what clothes they have. They're just always ready. Like, they can wear anything. They don't care about small little things like one strand of hair not being perfect, or an eyebrow not looking good, or, the makeup not being fine. That is the amount of confidence a lot of masculines have, which the divine feminines lack. Even if they are the prettiest on the planet, like, I know it because I coach a lot of divine feminines. I have seen it. Even if they're so beautiful, like, literally, I look at some of the girls and I go like, oh my God, she's so beautiful. But she doesn't think like that. She keeps thinking the karmic is better than me. The karmic is better. She's so pretty. She must be so nice. He's hanging out with the karmic. Oh, he loves the karmic. He's giving attention. But I am so unworthy. I don't even know. Like, she's having like men looking at her and going like, wow. And she goes like, why are they looking at me? Like, oh, I must be looking hideous. So these are the things that she needs to change. And then obviously when you are more focused on the internal beauty, then the outer beauty doesn't matter. It doesn't mean that I'm telling you to not comb your hair and like dress up like a beggar and just walk out. No. I mean, these things should not bother you so much. More than who you are, more than what your personality is, more than what you carry. You should be more concerned about that than always being concerned with small little imperfections. Those, they're not even, no one cares about them. So the first thing is reverence. And I will give the other 2 points in the next part too. And I will also share the other lines he has, the lines that have been sent to me from the Divine Masculine template. He has some request for the Divine Feminine because he is also waiting and he wants to unite as well, and he wants to unite properly. So I'll see you soon. Till then, one love and peace out.